Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're drinking a beer. Where did I put that beer? Oh, God, no, did I lose my beer? Oh, God, no, I didn't. Today we are drinking a Gruit. Now, Gruit is an ancient ale. This Gruit is from Beau's. This Gruit came in the Best of Beau's pack. This is St. Luke's Verse. So St. Luke's Verse is a Gruit. Now, historically, Gruits were unhopped ales. This one says it has local spring water, organic barley malts, organic hops, organic lavender, organic rosemary, organic thyme, and brewer's yeast. Bottled on October 10th, 2014, so it's about a month and a week old. 5.7% alcohol by volume. Now, again, this does say there's hops in it. Whether or not what amount of hops are in it is a big question. I mean, the Bogfather, for instance, or Bogwater. A Bogwater is a Gruit as well. I do have a person that has talked to the brewer at Beau's, and they said that they had thrown one hop pellet into the boil so that they could claim it as beer. That is the key thing here, right? Remember, in Canada, in Ontario, there is a lot of laws concerning production. If you want to be able to sell it at a beer store, you want to be able to sell it at the LCBO in the same section as your beer, and you want to be able to market it as beer, it has to have hops in it. That is the rule here. Beer is made with water, malt, hops, and yeast. Doesn't say how many hops have to be in there. And it could be hop extract, isomized hop extract, de-isomized hop extract, regular hops. So, I mean, how much hops is in this? We don't really know. I would suspect that it would be the same thing. It would be one hop pellet just thrown in the boil so that they could claim it as beer. Because the one thing Beau's does well is keeping to style the stuff, the strange ales they do. And they do a lot of strange ales, and by strange ales I mean not normally made ales. Okay, we're about half done here. I was going to Weiss roll this before I poured it, because usually I don't see if it's really going to happen or not. I was going to say, usually Gruits have a completely unfiltered scent. I don't know if this one is or not, but most Gruits I've had have been unfiltered, and this one looks pretty crystal clear, so just swirling it around because I forgot to Weiss roll it just in case. And I don't have any glasses really that are made for 600 milliliters. I have pint glasses like this one, and I have like 750 glasses, the giant oversized glasses, but I don't have anything really made for a 600 or a 650. But look at that. Okay, color. Slight amber. It's starting that amber orange hue, but I mean it's not much darker than your average India Pale Ale. Head, bright white head. Nice and creamy though. Wow. That smells medicinal. Oh my lord. The rosemary and the lavender are just popping on the nose here. It smells very floral from the lavender, and it smells very medicinal with the lavender, thyme, and rosemary mix. The rosemary part of it, though, kind of reminds me of the rosemary sweet potato fries I make. I cut my sweet potato fries into dollar coins, you know, the dollar chips. Put them on a pan. Sprinkle some olive oil on them, and then sprinkle a shitload of rosemary on top of it and put it in the oven for like an hour. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chips. And this actually kind of reminds me of them. Just that rosemary scent, but taking them all into account, very medicinal smelling. Actually kind of smells all of them combined kind of smell like some of the cleaners that you would smell in a hospital. On their own, though, floral, food, and nothing else. And it's weird because they are layered. I mean, at first when you smelt it out of the bottle, you got them all together. and you got that medicinal, very sweet floral scent. And when you smelt it out of the glass, you kind of got them in layers. Now as it's breathed, you get the layers out of the bottle, and you're getting the medicinal out of the glass. It's kind of interesting. Let's try it. Cheers. Ah, that's... Okay, so the hoppiness isn't actually hoppiness, it's just a floralness. You're getting a pure on floral taste on the background, like you just picked up a flower and chewed on it. If you drink chrysanthemum tea, kind of like that, like you actually had just had a glass of chrysanthemum tea. So very floral, very vegetation-like on the back end. Leaves a slight bitterness, but also a slight twinge of sweetness on the background. I think the most interesting thing about Gruits is that you actually can get sweetness all the way from the beginning to the end, and you can get bitterness all the way from the beginning to the end, mattering what they use in them. The thyme and rosemary dance on the front of your tongue, too. Other than those three tastes, though, there's really nothing to this. The tastes fade really quickly. The tastes are subtle, other than the fact that they can dance along the tongue. They dance along the tongue, and the reason I say they're subtle is because they dance along the tongue, and then they die off right away. It's actually a really interesting combination that you're getting here. The more I drink it, the more I'm kind of getting a slight, almost mint taste on the very back of the tongue before the lavender comes back up. Quite nice, though. Quite nice. If you're a fan of ancient ales, I mean, they've done this, they've done the double coit, they've done the Bogwater and the Bogfather. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Oh, they had another one, too. What was their other Gruit? Double Coit, Bogfather, this. Oh, I can't even remember. There was one other Gruit. Other Gruits you can get in Ontario at winter when the historic ales of Scotland come out. There is one Gruit in that pack. I believe it is the. It's the Druid one. I can't even remember the name off the top of my head. And Railway City did a Gruit. They did a really nice lavender Gruit as well. They did Let the Gruit Times Roll. These guys are also the first brewery in Ontario to really try and bring back Gozas. They had two Gozas. Both of them were fairly good. Oh, the other Gruit is the pumpkin Gruit, the Ocelot de Pumpkin, or Ocelot de Nuit Pumpkin Gruit, which was a collaboration with Elysian Brewing in the U.S. So they've done 4 Gruits in their time. They know what they're doing with Gruits. They are nice beers. They aren't in-your-face flavorful beers. They are herbal beers. They're ancient ales. And they're interesting. They're something worth trying, especially because they're different. I really enjoy this. I saw a lot of the people not liking it all that much on Untapped. The only thing that's bad about this is if you want to try it, you have to buy the 4-pack for $24. However, the 4-pack comes with Mission Accomplished, which if you like APAs, it's a great beer for you. I personally didn't like it. And then it comes with Winter Brewed and the Burnt Rock Vanilla Porter, which are both beers that I can fully get behind and fully recommend. I can fully get behind and fully recommend this. So the only beer out of this pack I didn't like was the Mission Accomplished. There was nothing wrong with it, other than I didn't like it. There was no... this is what I wrote on my Untapped and what I said in the video. Well, I'm not going to say what I said in the video, but on my Untapped I wrote, faults? No. Quality? Yes. Do I like it? Abso-fucking-lutely not. But that's okay. Do I like this? Abso-fucking-lutely yes. The soft carbonation, subtle flavors, beautiful herbal flavors. Ugh. excuse me, an interesting beer that everyone should try. Out of 10, 8.5. I really, really like this. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.